Here's how we do the basic twining move. I'm going to show you how I end some yarn. These pieces are almost done. And how I start a new section. So, twist. I'm using the fingertip of my left hand to kind of fish out the pair of warps that I want. And then my right hand to transfer it over. Use my fingernails to kind of scooch up the stitches I just made. Twist. Get the warp, pass it through. In some ways you can think of it as opening the twist in your weft, picking up the warp with your right hand and just transferring it to your left. You can see I'm getting a handful of warps kind of gathered up here in my left hand. At some point, if I feel like I'm hanging on to too much of a wad, I can just drop some of them. I try to keep at least 3 or 4 in my hand though to help control tension. I'm pulling a little bit on these ones in my left hand to just have something to work against. So here's my twist. You can see we're doing alternating colors here. And I'm about to come to the end of my row though. My pattern, I did three alternating here, and then I skipped over one. You can see, a little hard to tell, but I had 2 pinks in a row there. With that tells me I've reached the end of my pattern. There's my knot where I started. So now I've got 3 passes here, 3 passes here. So this one's done, and you could tie a knot in these 2 and kind of pass it, kind of squeeze the knot to the back. I'm just going to move those 2 to the back. Now let's start again. So I've made a butterfly, pair of butterflies in a single color now. So it's just one long piece of yarn that I butterflied in each end. Thanks, Kitty. That's actually not helpful. And I'm going to pick up my next warp in the series. I'm just going to slide the butterfly over that and proceed. And now I'm going to start to generate just a line of this solid kind of gold color. If you saw my camera setup, you would laugh. So as I go, I'm doing my twist, picking up my warp, moving it over to hold it in my left hand. And after I make my stitch, so to speak, or my twist, I kind of tug on both ends to make sure I've got it even. And I can work back along the stitches I just made to make sure that I'm happy with the way they look. And keep going. Working way around the corner is it's a little awkward, but you just kind of turn the corner. I'll see if I can keep it in the camera as we go. Go back and kind of adjust things. You can do 2 or 3 stitches and before you go back and kind of adjust with your fingernails. And here, I'm just going to kind of work my way around the corner. Pull out a little bit more of a supply from my butterflies. You're going to have to untangle your butterflies periodically. Once you get going with this, you're going to build up some twist in your little weft bobbins. So untwist them. Pull out a little bit more material. And get it on camera. twist, pick up your warp, put it into your other hand. So in a way, think of it as you're like picking up the warp in your right hand, passing it to your left, and getting your weft passed around it each time you do that. Sorry, it's hard to see. Come on, camera, you can focus. You can see now we're getting this line of solid color. Okay, that's good.